Yeah, those are good stats to back up your points, Richard. I appreciate the numbers, always welcome. And we do have a second map of Counter-Strike coming right down the barrel.
And remember, last time they played on Nuke, Team Liquid stole this one away from them as well. Ooh. So Liquid going to be feeling pretty good about how this final's shaping up.
Are we hinting the 3-0? Are we thinking about it?
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, listen, maybe. We need to see
Robin,
more from
you're really
FURIA.
sending me some mixed signals now. If
No, because I was going to say, because, you know, 2 days ago, because one of the things we've seen from FURIA, they've done this really well, even versus Extreme. And yeah, it was a different tendency, but it's these kind of inner takes, right? But one thing that we saw in the Extreme game yesterday was FURIA was working a lot more outside. So I wonder if we'll see that here again today, or if we'll back to what we saw in this previous matchup. A lot of these pressure points for inner bomb site. We see it on pistol here again. Some nades here as well, and it's a 3-on-3 situation though. Clears out Fallen as well. Leaves it in a 2-on-2.
Oh wow, Naf. I mean, he was the hero of last map, right? This guy was 24 and 17. He had a great game, lots of impact on that T side, and coming alive with a big 2K in the pistol there. It's what we needed. Yeah, a lot of top hits, right, for FURIA as of late. They never have any fear with getting K-Serato out the door, getting those spam kills. Those wall bangs are things that FURIA are known for.
Yeah, no, it's hard to call, right, this 3-0, just mainly because, like, this is obviously not, like, no slouch of a team, right, you know, for FURIA side, like, it's their map pick also, so, like, you should feel comfortable with the last maps that's still in this series. I still don't think we'll see a 3-0, even if this goes 2-0 up for Liquid. We do have Inferno coming up, and I'm sure for FURIA there as well. A little bit unlucky that series could have gone overtime. That was the last round, essentially, for Liquid on that CT side, where they managed to scrape together a good buy and win it at the end. But FURIA was doing a really good job on that comeback there as well, so never say never. No bomb plan for FURIA previous round, so full eco, buying next. Rather buying for round number 3.
Yeah, Liquid no fear on those hunts either, just trying to get the eco done. I'm rare to see a full eco for FURIA, although they've been doing it more and more lately, even on things like the CT side, right? If you're not getting a bomb plant T side, it's pretty standard to just get that eco, but even FURIA, one of the rare teams to lose a CT pistol and just run USPs, get that early buy-in. We've seen that give them a lot of success as well. So let's see what this first buy round looks like for FURIA. Liquid is still running bonus, couple of rifles, but mostly not.
Oh, Fallen smoked off back here in Garage, trying to put the scout to good use. He's had a bit of a mare there on the attempt to peek the silo player, and he is getting walked on, but Nafly's got his back. Fallen's being protected. Got his own personal security detail. Vinny out through ramp, but the devil is in the details, and right now it's Nafly absolutely tearing through them. Great round out of him. This is a bonus round for Liquid, and they are dominating the board. There is 1 kill so far for FURIA. They outshine Liquid in this round in terms of the weaponry, and yet this is about to be a very, very clean round for Team Liquid. You will take that all day long. Fallen smiling as well, and justifiably so. Mate, I will say, you know, we were touching upon this Stewie topic, right, about how great he's been. Like, really cannot drive this one home enough. Throughout 2020, when he was IGLing, was pretty rough for him as an individual, a pretty rough time period for Liquid. Now with Fallen in, Stewie looking incredible, still being the man on the entry, still being the guy like leading from the front.
I think that there is another form of support system there, right? Compare, you know, Fallen to an even to a Twist, right? I think Fallen, you know, because of the experience being a former game leader, like one of the things that doesn't really show on stats, right, is just how much you do on the server by talking about, hey, you have a flash, hey, do you want me to flash, or, you know, being very active with the comms. I think has really allowed Stewie to become this essentially like entry beast by calling at the same time, because you do have such a fantastic support system behind it. And yeah, it's awesome that it's, you know, we start to see the reward in that in Stewie, right? I think he's a fantastic player, always have been.
Yeah. No, I'm very, very glad you talked about this, right? This is kind of why I wanted to bring it up. By the way, another great round out of Nafly. You basically said what I hoped you were going to say, Robin, and that's that, you know, I think Fallen definitely deserves some kind of credit for this as well, right? Because it is like the idea of having a support system. Even if, right, like all... I know from talking to Stewie in interviews, he said that, like, you know, one of the things that is just so jarring as an IGL is that, like, suddenly you're not just responsible for, you know, your own little corner of the map, wherever that may be. You know, you're having to keep track of the grand picture. You're having to kind of micromanage a lot of the finer details. That's where, you know, like, things like having Fallen here can help. Someone who's used to having to track all this stuff. He's used to having to occasionally micromanage here and there. And so, you know, maybe Stewie's out there with one guy somewhere on the map, Fallen's with another, you know, he can kind of keep that area intact himself.
Oh, Fallen's just dunking on them right now. The main drop, and Stewie gets covered by Grim. What has happened to this round? Furia started with a nice easy kill on a Liege as he looked the wrong way, and it all fell apart at the seams. Nice shot for Junior, but it is again coming in one of these 1-on-4s where, you know, as good as Junior is, he's not really made for this round. Liquid would have to really make some mistakes to give it away. They've got the bomb in the lobby, back in spawn. Junior moving back into A. He's on kill duty right now. 1 to his name, well, 2 in the round. He will need the ace. Grim to get through first. Plus that Rafters player. I mean, no one's giving away anything for Liquid. There's a shot for Junior, but now Naf can swivel on the spot. And Junior doesn't want to walk into the corridor of crossfires in that A site, so he goes back for the bomb. But I mean, if you're walking here, you can't do it forever. You've got to eventually run, and that'll be heard. That's if you're trying to win this round. 25. Junior checks everything.
Yeah, I mean, he has no map control. I still think this should be a save here. I mean, to your point, he would essentially just have to run in with knife into the inner bomb site to try and get the bomb down in the way that the speed has been going. But yeah, I mean, listen, you know, there's so much just to obviously about to say, but there's so much that goes into it. Like, people have no idea, like, in terms of communication, just how important it is. And there's some players that has a hard time with that, right? Like, some players, you know, can only focus on what they see in front of them, right? Or, you know, they can only focus on the crosser, and they can't be talk about the smaller things. That's why you tend to see us when you do have, you know, Fallen and Stewie, they're probably not on the you know, the same side of the map, right? To Harry's point, you probably have Stewie on the, you know, when Stewie goes say, you probably have Fallen over at B, right? Kind of that's the way it works when you do share the op responsibilities as well, with the Stewie being the secondary. But it allows that flexibility of saying of like, oh, okay, I know that maybe Naf has a hard problem in calling nades when there's a BXQ, for example, but, you know, when Fallen's there, he's going to call everything. He's going to call there might be a fake. He's going to say, oh, I need you guys to rotate over, or oh no, watch out, like, you know, still, you know, play over at A. Like, there's so much that goes into it, rather than you're just having a player saying they're coming B and that's it. And you know, it's so small things. I'll give another example. We played CS yesterday. It's pretty fun. Got a chance to play with Harry, Hugo, Richard, and Scrawny for the first time. But even to put in this, like, Harry's in a 1-on-3 situation. Scrawny is doing a good job in calling for Harry here and saying, hey, breathe, like, calm down, like, you know, take your pace. That's not something, because when you're in the zone as a player, that's all you can think about. So getting that support system, having a guy that calls well, having a guy that helps you out when he's dead, it just goes such a long way, and I don't think people realize that.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. I think this is a very, very interesting topic, and it does show how valuable, you know, a guy like Fallen can be, even if he's not doing what we all know him for, right? Which is the IGLing alongside this open. Even if he is just a part of this support system, it is great to see. I also think as well, with someone like Fallen, it's one thing, like, you know, say this is someone like Naf at ramp, like he sometimes is, you know, he could say, yeah, there's a smoke at ramp. That's not lying. That is what's happened. There is a smoke at ramp. But Fallen's someone who can kind of, you know, give you the actual meaning behind that, right? And, like, kind of try to read into what some of these decisions are. Yeah, there's a smoke in ramp, but no one's pushing it. And so maybe he's, like, giving the illusion, yeah, it feels like it's coming back into an A play now. And you can see, look at how ready all of Liquid are on this upper site, right? They've got 3 with, like, a deathly crossfire between the rafters and this CT vent. This is going to be a ludicrously rough bomb site to try and get into. I couldn't think of a worse place to find yourself right now if you're Furia. You are walking in to the Lion's Den. And the problem with that place, mate, as nice as it looks, is it's full of lions. Here they are. The swings are in. And it is beautiful, man. Just one after each other. They trade it nice and cleanly. Liquid onto another round. Great stuff out of them right now. FURIA want to see a little bit more.
Scary,
It is starting to get worrying.
Just to touch on that as well, you talk about that communication and intentions behind it. I mean, Stewie may be leading, but one thing that we have had pretty much from every Liquid player or coach or whatever is them saying that, yeah, there's a lot of vocal players in this team, right? There's a lot of chatter. It's not always going to come down to one guy, Anyone can call in a mid-round if they have a right read, if they have a right idea. And, when you're winning, when you're feeling it, when you're up like this, you're just listening to your teammates. You're just playing along with what they want to do, because nothing's going wrong. 6-0 FURIA. This would be a real shame if they went silent in a grand final after biting their way back through that lower bracket, after taking Liquid all the way to the edge in that initial match to get us here. And now FURIA crossing outside. Liquid have just left. They've missed the timing. Fallen went back up heaven. Luckily, there is a rotate down lower. Liege is in the bomb site. And so FURIA are trying to sell this fake right now. They're throwing utility B, and Fallen's picking them out of the sky. Dead, jumping towards Hell. And Liquid still have this heavy top site setup. So if FURIA do want to get into it, they've got to get past Fallen first. They've hit some timings. They've walked right below him, but Fallen knows about this possibility. But does he know how deep Yuri has gotten? Scoped in. Yuri walking up. Fallen aiming high, and he flicks down low, just in case they're on top of the railing. Now FURIA, desperate times, desperate measures, 3 on 5. They may have a man in lower, but Nafly's picked up Keserato, and this one's just gotten more difficult than ever before. Liege is all that stands here on B. And while he will fall, that may give a way in for FURIA after all.
Yeah, and I mean, Liquid, they're...
Oh, the bomb.
So 1 on 3, I guess it's Vinny left, so still a possibility. As I say that though, Fallen kills him. I was going to mention as well, the way that you want to look at Nuke T sides also is the way that CT sides play, right? So right now, Liquid is playing this very defensive, compact kind of play for inner bomb sites, and they're putting a lot of emphasis on that. And that's something for T's you kind of have to start to realize of, like, where are they putting their bodies? Are they putting 5 guys above, right? And that's when you talk about, like, okay, well, that means that we should probably start hitting the lower bomb side a little bit more, right? Force the rotates, force Liquid to play 4 upper and 1 lower, right? By ramp, by vents, by staircase, for example. It opens up the bomb sites a little bit more for the inner, right? So we see FURIA here now. We talked about it. It's gonna be a fast ramp explosion. Smoke goes down though, and yeah, I mean, it's an eco. It's a bit of a half buy, right? Just pistols, but yeah, they got essentially met with a wall there in NAF. But yeah, I would love to see a timeout from FURIA here and talk about it, right? Let's do a smoke wall, let's go down, let's put some pressure there. Just so we don't see Liquid having 4 members there, the inner bomb side, because these FURIA inner takes that we just so highly talk about all the time, they're very good, but they're not very good when Liquid are just expecting it every single round, right? And they're putting the bodies there and they're actively being able to hold it. But you have to start looking into, if you're FURIA, for other ways. Even a vent drop this round, for example, would be fantastic. As I mentioned, vent drop into smoke wall or vent drop. I wouldn't go ramp. We see there as well, Fawn's been very active. I would put a little bit more emphasis outside if I'm FURIA.
Oh, don't go back to ramp, please.
Well, Liquid have the bomb. They have to, unfortunately, Harry. They know that A side's clear for a reason. That's because Liquid are just sitting on the package.
God, yeah. They're just all over it.
Oh,
he's even seen an elbow. He knew about the boost ahead of time.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And there's the Liege to close it out.
Wow, what are we getting out of Liquid
This
right
is
now?
so exciting, man. Like, this is, don't get me wrong. Rough moment to be a FURIA fan. You were really, really hoping they were going to give us a close series, but... yeah, and hell, man, like the Brazilians love a bit of Fallen. That is one of the beautiful things here, right? Is that, like, you've even got a reason to be invested in a Liquid victory now, right? They are the team of the Americas.
It is really cool how we have this, like, 4 Brazil, 1 NA,
yeah,
versus 4 NA, 1 Brazil. Like, that's a cool storyline, and for both of these, like, teams to have a.
They both have a little flavor from the other side. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Adren's in the chat. Shout out.
Who's in the chat?
Adren.
Shout out Adren. Of course,
Talk
yeah.
about the Liquid turnaround, right? How fantastic it is to see them play. We got to shout out the coach also.
Got to be feeling pretty good right now. Won't be able to get involved, sadly, for the time being, but...
Stuck here with us.
Yeah, well, there's worse places to be when your team's up 8-0.
We saw the timeout
as well.
here from Furia, so if we see a little bit of a change of play or strategy, it's a fast mini split. Same thing, the idea of hitting the inner bomb site, but trying to choke Liquid out a little bit more.
Oh, they're just top rushing though. Junior's got a kill back of the site, and Elite supporting from above. He goes wide and gets picked by the Orb. Junior dives down the vent. A classic conundrum in the 1-on-2. Are they going to give him the room? He's going to have to stick the plant. Liquid was set up for top, and now they come crawling down the vent behind him. Junior's still scared of ramp, rightly so. That's often the first rotate, but he's heard nothing behind him. So Liquid, element of surprise. And Junior, this is a danger. He's going away from the bomb. It's not for anything but the back door. So playing dark, you've got to hope Liquid give you the kills. If they come out and they get on the site, they can win the round. But both players are coming from the left. Junior given a chance. Window broken. He's got both the info and a missed shot onto the falling Stewie will give Liquid another round.
How heartbreaking's that?
At least we do see a bit of a change here from Furia, right? You know, I think that they have started to realize, okay, Liquid are not playing outside that much. We should be getting mini for free, so they do go ahead and do with a split. But I mean, they're doing such a good job here, Liquid, on that upper bomb site. I would try and stay away from it. Junior does manage to go down. Vance gets the bomb down. Puts himself in a really tough spot. I think had that position been in a 1-on-1, so you just need to get the one kill, I think it's fine. But with a 1 versus 2, tough spot to be in. It's another Liquid round. And yeah, this is looking dominant.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does not get much more dominant than this. Furia, they're back to A with a vengeance, with a bit more pace than before. And will this be the answer? It's not looking good. Grim does fall, though. That's a massive kill for Furia. Getting rid of the Anchorman at the back of A leaves Liquid finally in a predicament. 2-on-3, falling up the vent. Checks the wrong side, and he almost hits the shot, giving him credit. Nafly, 1v3. He is 15-1 right now.
Yeah, 170 ADR. Nafly is actually cracked right now.
Give it to him.
Let's see what he can do.
It was about time. We need a Furia round. We don't want a complete blowout, as funny as a 16-0 can be in a grand final. It's just not the Furia we've seen this tournament, and so it would feel like it's not doing it justice, right?
Well, Hugo,
feel like
we
the
could
grand final
still be on to tie up the biggest result here at the CS Summit 8, which, of course, was Pain Gaming when they beat Bad News Bears 16-1, also on Nuke. So we could see a repeat of that here. Team Liquid can still tie it up.
That was Pain on their T side as well, right? Bad News Bears getting only one CT side. Oh, here we go. Maybe we have woken up here a little bit. Smoke wall outside, winning with an entry on Fallen. We haven't seen Fallen take these duels a lot. Just been a defensive setup, and Junior gets a leash as well. And I agree here, Hugo. We need Furia to get on the board here some more. Don't just want to blow out in the final. Played better than that. And despite the fact that Liquid being 9-0 up, Furia won the last round. Liquid, we talk about the new economy, it's not great.
Yeah, Vinny's cleared A, but Furia are already down lower. Naf flanked Junior with the bomb outside. If he got that kill away, if Naf grabbed the bomb, this round would have been a mess because Furia were all lower, but that package. Instead, Junior slides down the stairwell in time, and Furia will get around off the back of that. Baby steps, you know, you can still 9-6 half. That's suddenly a good T-side. You're not going to be complaining about that if you're Furia. And with the way that the money works, Liquid aren't exactly rich right now. A couple of rounds in a row is all it takes to put them back on the dole. And so Liquid have to save these guns to afford anything in the next round.
All right. You know,
still in
from
this
dire
Furia.
straits to now, like, yeah, right now an actual chance to make this a recoverable first half.
And now, because Liquid's economy is in the gutter, these inner takes become very dangerous all of a sudden, right? Because now there's not enough utility to kind of hold off all these nades that's raining in for FURIA, which means you have to put more bodies, right? Opens up the map even more. Probably puts as well NAF in a tough spot on ramp, right? If Fallen wants to go, for example, more for mini plays, Garage, for example, leaves NAF by his lonesome ride, opening up the ramp area for FURIA a little bit more also.
Oh, Fast A. Say these are going to be more deadly now. There's the opener onto Grim. Stewie is going to have to do an awful lot. NAF, while he does get art, the rest of the A site falls away from Team Liquid. Elige dead on his lobby flank. Just NAF again, this time in a 1v4. He wants to try and stay alive. So this is 3 on the board for FURIA. They are stumbling back to their feet, right? Took them 9 rounds before they were able to break the curse. Now they're laying it on thick.
Yeah, I mean, this should be 4-9 for sure, right? Like, NAF's going to have this, but otherwise... Or 9-3, rather. Liquid going to need guns in the next. NAF can drop an AWP as well. That's viable.
Yeah, and if I'm Liquid here, I would go back to just the setup they've been running this whole time. I think it's been running great, especially versus a team like FURIA. You don't have to be fancy and, you know, put Fallen outside for picks and whatnot. Just stay compact, have the utility ready, trade games on point.
And just another fact check, guys. We are no longer capable of achieving that 16-1 on Nuke. Just wanted
to jinx it.
Yep, just wanted to update you all there. Back to the stats room for me.
Got the abacus out.
Only the latest in boom attack.
Yeah. Slide in, wooden balls over. This is a huge round though, right? Not only for Liquid in quenching this FURIA comeback, but also in the reverse, in, again, putting Liquid's money in, you know, the abyss, and giving FURIA that route to 6.
This round right now can decide whether or not FURIA are happy with this half, or if it's one that Liquid are able to like regain some control of. That is a big opener out of Yuri. Nafly, while he does hold on to ramp, the go button has been pushed and the pace is picked up into the A site. Stewie 2K, the smoke criminal, he's gotten away with it again, hasn't he? Now tucked in at the CT vent, they become aware of Junior in the hut, but they're not committing to A. They're going back into the ramp room. K Serato leading the charge, and Junior now joining him.
Yeah, Liquid have read this.
Can't believe Stewie stays alive there.
Yeah. He can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, he gets one as well. Incredible.
And this is a great play because the 2 options, they know they're going ramp. The 2 options are ramp to B, which Elige is playing for, or ramp to Heaven to this A split. So Stewie's not offered up to a Heaven player, and he could even kill Junior with the bomb. Junior deciding against it, goes to join K Serato, and this is definitely the right play rather than risk dying to a lobby player. K Serato's calling that's likely the route that someone has taken, and Stewie's still here tucked in. K Serato, oh, he sees him. Stewie crouches, K Serato pulls his shot out, and now Stewie sees the bomb in Heaven as well. He's calling for help. He might not need it. That's the bomb in Heaven. It's a done round. It's unwinnable as long as Elige lives, and so he will. That's a sick kill for Stewie. Dropping Junior in the rafters. Nothing K Serato can do about it.
Set back up that inner push again from FURIA, putting a lot of pressure there. Stewie does a really good job, stays alive, gets the 1 kill. Can't believe that turns into a 2-on-2 to begin with. But yeah, bit of a blunder there with bomb going up by Heaven rather than having him in lobby.
Well, that's the thing. If he goes lobby, you know, he can die to Stewie there. I feel like the Heaven play is fine, but he needed to drop that bomb down to K Serato, right? Letting K Serato plant for him. I guess the time wasn't there. You know, he was probably right before.
Well, we let K Serato go first, right? And then you have to have him play more as a lurk. Case. Well, saying K Serato could have gone Heaven, right, instead of the other way around.
Oh, Team Flash. Not what you wanted. It kind of, you know, Art actually had like an incredible timing to get something from this main push. And he still will, because he's Art. Oh, no. Lots of damage done from Elige, but he runs out of ammo. Fallen's going to deal with the two players that get up into the site, and Fallen has just banished them from A. You say get out, Hugo, but this bomb is now in the A bomb site. Fallen has dropped it. He's dealt with Art and Junior. And so now you've got Vinny, who's next to death anyway. And Yuri wrapping Heaven, still to beat. Yuri takes a step there. They should know about this. They're holding on to the Heavens. Elige can't win that fight out, though. And so Fallen is still very much feeling the pressure. That molly onto the hut. I almost feel like that's kind of a fake Molotov, like giving the illusion, yeah, we're worried about lobby. They're not worried about lobby at all. They know it's clear. And don't get me wrong, you haven't seen Fallen yet. While he gets that kill, he's not ready for the hut re-peak.
He's laughing because, like you're saying, he expected it. You know, the molly there, sure, he was a little bit worried, but once that fades and he gets the kill, one-on-one situation, bit of a smile at the end, could have happened. That was a bonkers round by Fallen. I will say, give props to FURIA here. These main splits that they have when Art goes in mini are so good. They do a really good job in choking out Liquid, kind of expecting as well, and they do a good job in not maybe knowing that Fallen doesn't like to play Garage a lot, so it gives Art a lot of time in that mini just to smoke himself out, to essentially then come in that from Squeaky and from mini at the same time. Not a lot of areas to kind of play from then on the inner bomb side if you're Liquid.
Oh no, not like this, not like this. The pistol's pushing lobby, have found 2 kills. Luckily the bomb's outside all the time, so FURIA is still grouped in a 3-on-3 with that kill from Art, and I love the routing all the way to hell, just putting as much distance as they can between them and Liquid. Naf, maybe hearing some silent jumps above him, maybe not. Now they're going to start to run wild in A. Yuri with a kill, bomb coming in. Junior with that. Naf is right behind, and Junior is on top. Throws the bomb down this time around, not falling for the mistake that cost FURIA a round prior. And they find 5 at the half. Considering that was a 9-0, FURIA can be happy, but they can't be happy unless they pull this one back today. Otherwise, Liquid sit 2-0 in this BO5 final. Join us for the second half of Nuke in just a moment. You know it's going to be a banger.
Well, welcome back to the grand final of the North American RMR, and it's appropriate the setting is Nuke because FURIA are in danger of getting blown away by Team Liquid right now. They must do something about that in this half.
Yeah, radiating CT side for Liquid. They find double digits at the end of things. Could have been better, could have been even more one-sided, but they can make it that way with a pistol win in their pocket. Art drops a nade, it looks good, and it is, as Liquid flood into B. It's only Art right now. He's got a quick kill, traded though, and down the fence, FURIA panic rotating. They're already smoked off, they're flashed out. K-Serato, oh, he's not clear, they don't check it. Someone's going to turn. Elige will eventually, and he follows up, killing the guy who dropped the bomb. Nafa's even lurking in main. There's nowhere to go. Even Junior, you've got to be getting frustrated at that point. You're just trying to rotate, and you're being killed on the A site.
What a round by Elige there. He's just having like a private deathmatch session there.
Yeah,
and Ram gets him. But yeah, this is a funky position to be in for K-Serato. Gets completely flashed, obviously, but nice flicks. And it's a pistol round to Liquid, and if you're FURIA, you're hoping you'd get that.
It's going to put Elige just ahead in the rankings for players who perform in pistol rounds. Him and Yuri were pretty neck and neck coming into this final. But that's going to give Elige a significant advantage. It's going to put him on a slightly higher kill-to-death ratio, but both of those two players been phenomenal in pistol rounds all across this tournament.
Yeah, Yuri's a USP beast when he wants to be, but did FURIA need him in that round?
Yeah, and we've seen this throughout the whole event for FURIA. Save on the second if you lose the pistol, you buy the third. Liquid here should be a relatively easy round. Use the FURIA actively rotating over to ramp now. It's a bit of a ramp stack, but 2 Mac 10s UMP. A lot of money to be made. Here we go.
Oh,
Nope, no money to be made for Grim.
His teammates will pick up the slack. Oh, he could have run the Zeus there, man. He definitely could have run the Zeus, but instead it's something like a round will forget. Yuri just trying to get out alive. Naf is hunting him down with a pistol. And that'll be 12-5 for Liquid. Waiting for a gun round now for Furia. It's got to be, you know, huge at this scoreline. Liquid might even be running bonus round. They've got the room to do it. Very scary situation for the Brazilians in this final.
These third buy rounds, though, for Furia has been successful. We talked about it a bit on the cast yesterday. Harry wasn't a fan, but I think that he is getting slowly converted. Maybe another win here for Furia would seal the deal. Timeout from Liquid. I think that's smart. They should know here now that, yeah, in terms of firepower, Furia will definitely be up there, but in terms of utility, they won't quite be where they want to be. So maybe Liquid's talking about potentially, you know, what we saw Furia do, fast inner take, but could also see Liquid slow it down quite a bit here. Smoke wall outside, go for a bit of picks. But with the two SMGs, you know, probably not. Probably will be seeing something somewhat fast at least for map control. Fast smoke wall outside. Grim's here with the UMP. Fallen's here also, and yeah, they're looking to get some free control outside here. There's a bunch of smokes outside of yard, and there's some CT ones there as well that Liquid is using. And compare this to what we saw Liquid's CT side was, right? Very compact, playing a lot by Heaven. Furia, we see a little bit more spread out, right? A little bit more focus for lower, but also for outside. And Junior making his way here. He does get caught though, and not sure if they expected Liquid to just be wrapping so heavily. I was expecting Vinny to kind of be there to help him out at the same time.
He heard the run boost, but I think he was just paranoid about Blue. He's checking both sides, but he knows there's an opponent at one. That's a mow down for Art. Okay, buddy, 3 kills off of 1 mag. The A1S not supposed to have the most ammo, but Art's got just enough shots to drop the bomb and put Liquid in quite the problem. 2 on 3, still winnable. Absolutely. They've got a bit of time left. Elijah's going to be tasked to get that bomb down. But right now, Art's giving it up. That's information Liquid don't have. Art's set up inside a B. He's very low. He's playing for the plant. Elijah's going to get it. But he's got to be pretty quick about it once he does. 20. Are they really going to be tempted to go up the vent? That would be into 2 of the 3 Furia players. Meanwhile, Art's alone. Naf's not going to clear it. Uh-oh. Oh, yes, he does. Smoke down and plant allowed. Furia on a loud rotate to try and retake this bomb site. No kit, though. Naf's dead, and it's all onto Elige. 1 on 2, smoke's fading, both doors open. He's not got much room to work with. He's going to try and push up and grab himself some space. Yuri dead, leaves K-Serato in the hot seat, and Elige has the time on his side. Flash for the bomb, he gets K-Serato off it, he knows, and now he's just trying to stay alive for a few more seconds. Elige has played this perfectly to give Liquid 13 rather.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it goes down to the wire here at the end, but this was a Liquid round all along. It seems like they're not expecting Art to be in such an aggressive position at the lower bomb site, so he gets a fantastic spray down. The silencer, we don't see it very often that he gets a 3 kill with the 1 mag. He's just a fantastic job here in the 1 on 2 though to save Liquid out of that rough situation.
Oh, even Art buys into this. I mean, I don't want to call it like a rage buy because this is so Art. He'll do it whether they're winning or losing on these kind of rounds, right? Just to give themselves a bit more chance to win it, give themselves 2 guns, take an early fight. And you know the domino effect, right? You win a fight early, it can suddenly start to just trade in your favor. And Art does a lot of damage to a Leech, in fairness.
He had good spawn outside, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, to your point, I mean, we could have said that about Art having the worst spawn, right? He would have probably still bought, and by him not getting a leash, yeah, it's damage, but it's still not the body that he just still wanted. And in case Rada goes down here now, just solely because of the fact that Art didn't get the kill, right? You're still fishing for that entry.
Yeah, and he got flashed in by Yuri, but, you know, at least off the kill feed, looked like he got whited by Yuri. You can never be sure, right? That kill feed can be a bit, you know, a bit misleading sometimes. You know, it shows up as a team flash, but, you know, you barely blinded them, and they're not worried, but can only work with what we got. Yuri, armorless with his rifle, needs to do something as a player, just trying to come out the door. Liquid a man up, leading the util dry out of Furia. One smoke remains. They're about to walk right through. That's another entry for Nap. No armor. Aim punch was Yuri. And 5-on-3. Furia have abandoned this A-bomb site. Art is gambling lower, and he'll have to save this gun yet again.
I think it's smart here, right? Like, yeah, sure, it's getting to the wire, right? But we talk about the rounds of number 14 is so important, right? You're essentially playing for the map win at that point. So, yeah, Art saving, definitely what you want to do. And it should be a relatively good round here as well coming up for Furia. So that's at least something for him. Should have an AWP on Junior. It's a nice one tap from Vinny. I don't think he's gonna survive that though, and he's not.
This is a statement from Liquid. I mean, even if you believe in the Furia Inferno or you have questions about Liquids, that being said, Liquids has been getting better every game this event. Like, with 2 dominant wins, if that does come through, can you really bank on Furia to mentally reset, to recover for a map that, firstly, isn't their pick, but where the tournament is on the lifeline, tournament life is on the line at that point? Can you really believe in Inferno, Robin, if Liquid bash these first 2 maps?
No, you kind of want to say yes, right? But at the same time, the momentum that Liquid has coming into the third is just going to be very difficult to deal with, right? I think at least what we go back to, right, is that it's not like Furia are slouches on Inferno, right? Like, they can definitely play the map. It was close last time they played each other, and for the last 2 maps that would be in the series, it's not some that we've seen Furia and Liquid play this event so far. So I mean, you kind of have to at least try and stay that mentally strong, right? There's always a chance, especially even in this series, right? Like, this is the first good buy round we have from Furia. Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult kind of comeback if they were to go ahead with it.
Got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, exactly.
One of the things that's just so gnarly to me is that, like, you know, when we had this map come through as the pick, we knew that Liquid stole it off of Furia last time, but, like, if you remember, it was a double overtime affair. It was a very, very close deal, right? This time around, this is the furthest thing from close. This is a fired up Team Liquid looking for a dominant victory. And it's outside, he sees the shadow, Stewie never spots him. It's very awkward outside.
If they are able to close this one out, Harry, as well, keep in mind the biggest margin of victory they've had was a 16-7. That they've achieved it twice. One time in this final, the other time against Streamham. They haven't had a bigger one than that. Most of the time they're giving up double figures against their opponents. They're able to close this one out somehow, 16-5. It's literally, not figuratively, their best performance of the competition.
And with shots like that, maybe they can. This was a 2-on-4, let's remember. Now a 2-on-3, and with only low HP players left standing, you've got the battle-scarred remnants of Furia left to try.
No way!
This up, but Fallen. A very good try. You could not have asked for more out of him there.
Oh, you see, he runs on a mouse pad, I feel like, at the end there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it kind of looks like, oh man, there's like dust on there or something. But you love that sequence, right? You see there, they're talking to each other, Naf and Fallen. Naf said, hey, let me flash for you, right? So, like, the timing is there. I think Fallen does get a little bit too flashed for his liking. But yeah, I mean, that was, even in these 2-on-4 situations, I mean, had this been 2 days ago when these guys played, that would have just been a easy Furia round, I'd argue, right? But yeah, Liquid is definitely feeling it. They're making it all these rounds really exciting. Another timeout coming in here as well.
And that's not, you know, Liquid calling timeouts. When have we seen that in matches gone by so far this tournament, right? We obviously are aware that a Drain cannot be sitting in the TeamSpeak offering, you know, calls, telling them to call timeout, but especially to be calling timeouts when you're this much in the lead just shows Liquid's mindset. They don't want to let FURIA back in. They don't want to even give them the satisfaction. They're almost closing 2-on-4s to put them on that point, for crying out loud. I love this Liquid. Where's this Liquid been all tournament? Who cares, actually? They're here right now.
Just a final team, man.
When it matters most, you know? Yeah. All the pressure's on, and, you know, while some crumble under the pressure, sometimes diamonds are made as well, and that's what Liquid are looking to have happen right now. Art's dropped down the vent early. Junior's posted with one of these 2 AWPs outside. I want a big Junior round, man. I want a reason to get excited here, but instead,
Harry.
I couldn't have cursed him more if I tried. Elise just one taps him out of the round.
Bye to the AWPs.
Oh, both the AWPs are gone, and it is falling apart at the seams. They might get some trades outside, but the A-bomb site has fallen into the hands of Liquid. Keserato's retrieved one of these AWPs. Vinny's also dropped the other one over here towards Garage. So that to me suggests he's considering, you know, still going for this round. Of course you are, right? You don't want to give over 15 without so much of a fight, but I don't know. If it wasn't for the scoreline, you would definitely just save here under normal circumstances.
Nothing normal about these circumstances, are there? Elysian Naf absolutely unplayable at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, when your rifler is going silo and killing both AWPers, like, it's GG, isn't it? Elige is just nailing them to walls right now. And that is terrifying.
You know, also, you spoke about the whole, like, calling tack pauses and whatnot. I love that out of Liquid. I think, you know, while the coach changes, the fact that they're not really, you know, allowed to be involved in any capacity while the game's live is certainly one that's made, you know, competitive play a little rougher for some teams. One thing I will say, I think Liquid have come out very, very well from it. You've got a lot of intelligent players here. You've got 2 IGLs in this squad, right? If ever Stewie feels like he's running out of ideas, he can just look down the line and say, hey, Fallen, man, you're pretty good at this stuff, so I hear.
For all time's sake,
right.
buddy.
You want to give us, like, a round-winning strat right now? And, you know, when you're in a position like this and you just need to get 1 round, something like that is so handy, man. Like, you know, you've got very, very different ideas as to how you could approach a round. You could change your whole damn style based on who gives the call. This round, it's a lot outside. Art is trying to wait around this smoke. And once again, we've got the Art and Junior double AWP. Art's going through. That is,
yeah, I mean,
as he goes through, he realizes just how bad he's got it. So many, but it's a lot of information. At least they know that almost everyone was crossing outside. So immediately, FURIA drop nigh on everybody into this B site. And Naf's dead as well. Great stuff.
Someone needs to take that
there.
clip and put a record scratch on it. Like when he just
you're wondering how I ended up in this situation.
All 5 of them there, yeah. You're probably wondering how I got my head banged off.
Man, no, like it's a push that certainly like looks funny, and he does just die after getting 1 kill. But as mentioned, like that is a huge info play from Art, right? You saw the rotations it enabled, you saw the crossfires it meant were already solidified at B. And so actually that push, even though he only gets 1 from it, is like a defining characteristic in winning the round out, thanks to the info it gave over.
Yeah, nice shots from Keserato down lower, right? He was the one to clear it up off the back of that information. So FURIA hanging on, but by a thread, it feels inevitable is the word that comes to mind. Liquid, 8 more chances to get 1 single score on the board. We go to Inferno. Bit of a weaker buy here for Liquid, though. They might be in a bit of a dump for now. FURIA. It's going to get easier before it gets harder. Which is a nice change of the grain. Art again doing the same, pushed outside behind the smoke. You see some heads over it, but Elige will take his off. There's a gun to be given to Fallen now, or Stewie. And so a little more armed and a little more deadly are Liquid.
Two more FURIA players outside though. Yeah, I was gonna say Vinny's looking to get a fight. Staying aggressive, gets Elige. Well, it is a outside take for Liquid, a pretty fast one. They don't go down lower right off the bat, but FURIA has made the right read here. Left ramp.
I do love Naf's position in this round. It's very grimy. He's like holding out over at ramp. He waited in that little you know, ramp cubby for a moment, seeing if anyone re-aggressed. When that didn't happen, he's starting to feel like, okay, I can hit a timing here. No one's coming to check for me. No one's coming to look for me. And it's allowed him to get this opener outside. Ooh, Grim will lose the bomb. That is a very important fight that Yuri wins out. And on the back of that, that might have just dug you out of the danger this round represented. Fallen, low on HP. Here's the player running back, and Naf is now down in this B site. They're trying to pincer this one player while they've got him. Keserato is a very slippery fish, though, man. This guy is good at slipping through the cracks, and he's done that well here. He's kind of outmaneuvered this flank that's coming in through secret. Naf in the middle of the site is now realizing that this is far worse than he ever imagined. The crossfire's set up between Yuri and Keserato.
Yeah, Naf's just trying to sell that fake so hard. He's fully like committed. He's ready to die for the cause to set Fallen up. But the sad thing is, Keserato goes so far away that Fallen just doesn't have the time to get there if he's walking. Right, he runs right at the end to trade, and it's too little, too late. So. Talk about FURIA having a bit of a bounce back. This could be it with Liquid on Eco. And
we talk about the timing for Naf out ramp, but it's actually a pretty good setup here from FURIA. We have one guy lower, and the guys for inner are closer to lobby, right? So like they're kind of expecting that, even if I think it was Vinny going down outside. No other FURIA members are in danger there of just getting exploded on and just dying. So sure, good intent there by Liquid, but it's kind of how the CT rotates work. They, especially rounds like this as well, when you see a lot of bodies here, you tend to then regain the maps elsewhere, which would be lobby, right? Or you choose to just fight for the area that the Ts are in.
No, Elige, it doesn't matter what gun he has, he's a nuisance to these Orphers. He finds Keserato as well. Art's already been picked by this Deagle, and Junior's tagged up. Can Elige add any more to the tally? Not if FURIA don't give him the chance. Yuri coming in with a backstab, and it's FURIA finding a ninth. But that round should have been theirs, you know, through and through with what Liquid brought into it.
Yeah, and if you're Liquid here, you want to talk about, right, like what have you seen from FURIA? FURIA has been fighting a lot for outside, right? Art has been very active there. Probably leaves then ramp a little bit weaker. Also inner bomb side maybe a little bit weaker. Another timeout here. Yeah, we say it, right? This is very, from what we've seen at least so far this event, unorthodox from Liquid. A lot of timeouts coming in. I love it.
Yeah, I hope Adren's like, you know, giving them a bit of a warning or a suggestion to do that. Coming into this final, whoever's made that call, wise cookie.
Yeah, and it's harder because normally you do rely on maybe the coach then to be like, hey, let's call a timeout. But since he's not there, like it's everyone's responsibility, right? Like all five would be like, hey, should we be calling a timeout? Maybe there's some rules in place, right? Of like, hey guys, every third round or like every fourth round, let's call a timeout or whatever. But it's important for all the players to kind of, you know, have a say there and say like, hey guys, like it's chaotic right now, like call timeout. Yeah, 15-9. As I mentioned, FURIA, obviously this timeout benefits them in some sense as well. You can also talk about if they want to change the way that they've been playing, maybe also then can adapt a little bit, expecting Liquid to change a little bit. Art rather than going outside goes
to Galil force up in this round here, right? Like, they've got a bit of utility. They've thrown these outside smokes again. They're crossing a couple of players over with them. They've kept the pressure applied with this investment. Time will tell if that's something that's going to be, you know, a bold move for Liquid to have gone for this buy. They've put it all on the table here to try and win this one round. That's all they need. 4 kills at this moment in time would lock in this victory. Vinny gets pincered, and the decision to keep the pressure applied, well, it might be the diamond run here. The bomb cut down in main, and a hell of a flick from Junior. It's this double AWP of Art and Junior left standing, and they're navigating this well. Junior is now the hope of Furia, the 1v1 that he has to win. And with that shot of all shots, Junior will keep this game going.
There's the glimmer of Junior that we love to see, that we haven't had enough of in this series either. What a shot.
And man, Art bails him out here in this sequence right
Yeah.
here. We see the kill because he doesn't spot and Fallen is ready for him. But yeah, this is a nasty flick. Oh my god. It doesn't even show up as a no-scope because it goes back to like the COD, like the fast scopes a little bit. It's fantastic. We saw that again from him a few days ago up in heaven.
Yeah.
No,
man, like,
so good at those.
So this is the thing about Junior, like those kind of shots, the ones that like to any other person ever just look incredible, they're like kind of his bread and butter, man. That's like the famous ace clip that we have of him versus Liquid, no less. You know, was something similar. Just an A-rush here with pistols, with a bit of armor behind them. You're hoping that Furia can hold on, and hell, it's looking good right now. Yeah, they put a stop to the A play. 11 to 15, now 4 away from this comeback. Liquid, they are starting to worry now. They're starting to worry. They probably weren't at first. They were thinking, well, guys, 1 round. You know, we've got 15 so far. They've got nothing. This is a done deal. But it's not that simple. It's not that easy. I want to see a more confident Junior. I want to see more of those quick scopes, man. Like the way that he uses the AWP when it is like a classic Junior moment. It does look lovely.
Yeah, it does feel sort of like Art is part of the big reason that the Fury is still in this, right? He's really holding on. Even without Art there, Junior would not have been in the position to win that round, right? As Robin said. So, yeah, the orb's coming alive. Art's not got one this time, but Junior's going to put his right into the fray in the lobby. Peeking hut. No one giving him anything, though. Liquid very ready for these aggressive plays. It is Furia after all. Never be surprised when these guys are in your face. Ooh, door spam gets a lot of damage, but it's the kill coming in for Art. And Naf has to trade. He swaps guns. There's plenty of ammo left in that one. Stewie dropped it. And now Liquid with a 4-on-3.
Yeah, this could
just
be it.
To close.
This could be it. A man down. We need heroes to start to emerge. K-Serato was hoping to be that man, but he's wiped out. Vinny now with the power gaming glove trying to come in on the lobby retake. They know where he is. Vinny. Oh, it's a spam game. Down to the 1v1 and just a leash. But he does manage the trade. Liquid, they will get the 1 round they were looking for. They lock in this map now 16 to 11. That puts them 2-0 up in this best of 5 grand final with their map pick coming up next. So this is the best chance Liquid have got to get this over the line.